Hi, my name's Jason Liederfine, and I just wanted to kind of give a testimonial for a service that I received from an amazing company that really has changed my life. I'm a veteran. I started service in 2002, right after the September 11th attacks. My service took me overseas for 3.5 years. I was in Germany, Iraq, Kuwait, and even Afghanistan. I finally exited from service in 2013. I got off active duty in 2010 after being recalled to active duty as a mobilized reservist to Fort Bliss, Texas, and that's where I went to Afghanistan. When I got out, I really didn't know what was going on with my VA benefits. It just seemed so complicated that I ignored it, and I didn't help myself. One of the problems I had was I moved away from the Los Angeles area. I moved to Memphis, Tennessee. I didn't even want to bother with thinking about how does this transfer? What do I do? I made a couple phone calls in the beginning. I never got a phone call back, and I just dropped it. I ended up going to a job fair to help bring veterans into the company that I was working for. And there was actually a VA rep there who talked to me about how to apply for disability benefits. I did it on my own, and about 6 months later, I was given a 40% rating. I was denied for quite a few things, even though they were service connected and were even in my medical files. But I said, hey, now I've got some health care taken care of. I'm getting a little extra disability money. And then I took it upon myself to file some new claims, and I went up to 60%. And then I ended up going up to 70%. But one particular claim kept getting denied, and that was for obstructive sleep apnea. I developed it, I believe, while I was in service. I never had it before, and it was really ruining my life. I was always tired. I was gaining weight, and it was just really, really unhealthy. When I talked to my doctor at the VA, she sent me to get a sleep study done, and the sleep study came back that I had extremely severe sleep apnea. My test ended up having 49 apnea episodes in 1 hour's period. I was given a CPAP, and I've been on the CPAP ever since for about 2 years. Since then, I've felt a lot better, but my claim for it being service connected has been denied twice. My last claim, I actually read the doctor's report who gave me a favorable reading for the claim that it was just as likely as not that it was the government's responsibility. Claim was denied. Going on Facebook, I noticed a commercial, an ad from Veterans Comp and Pen. I thought, what do I have to lose? They're offering a service that would only charge me if they won. So it was really a no-lose situation for me because if I didn't win, I don't lose anything. But if I win, then I got something that I failed to get twice. So I did a little bit of research, and I'll share some of that with you. If you've ever filed a disability claim, you know that it can take 6 months to a possible year for your initial claim to even be processed, approved, denied, whatever it is. And the denied part is the one that's really, really scary. When it's denied, my research and what I've seen shows that it can take a long time, years, for you to get through the denial process. A lot of people told me, hey, why don't you go to a VSO or one of these free reps? So I said, okay, let me look at their success rate. Their success rate is the lowest rate possible when you compare to attorneys or paid advocates that help you get the benefits that you deserve and you earned. So what I looked at, it said veterans with attorney representatives are among the most likely to have their appeal allowed according to the report. So automatically you have people that are advocating for you, and you have to remember, they're not paid unless you win. So they're going to do everything they can to ensure that you're treated correctly, that your case and appeal is successful. So I filed an appeal for my sleep apnea, and they said, you're doing something wrong. I would have never known that had it not been for Veterans Comp and Pen sitting down, looking at my file, getting to know me. They let me know what I was doing wrong was I was connecting my sleep apnea to things that wouldn't get approved. I had to connect it to something that I already had as an approved disability through the VA. So I did that, and let me tell you about the process. So the process was extremely efficient, simple. I went online, I filled out some information, kind of described myself. Um, if I had any questions, I was able to call them and get them answered, usually immediately. And I'm talking not some secretary that handles 500 people a day. You have pretty good relationship with people that are handling your case, and they're not overwhelmed with cases, and that's the benefit of it. And that's another reason I didn't go to the VSO, a VSO or the DVA. Not that those aren't good; those are great options for people, but they're overwhelmed. Um, you're just another number. When you call, you have to explain your situation every single time and who you are every single time because they have 2,000 other cases sitting in front of them, and they just don't have the time to sit and specifically work on your case like you would want it done. One thing you've learned in the Army or the military, wherever you were in, is that no one's going to care about you more than you. But that changed when I met VetComp and PIN, as I felt like they cared just about me as much as I did. And that was a big difference for me. Um, so I ended up winning my appeal. They sent me the required documentation that I needed, extremely professionally done. I signed it, I put it in a prepaid envelope for UPS, and I mailed it off. The process didn't take as long as I expected. I'm in a region where does process a little quicker, but they kept following up with me. They kept calling me and saying, "Hey, what's the status on your claim now? Okay, this is what's going to happen. This is how long it's going to take." And it made me feel like, wow, I really am the customer here, and I'm really happy, and I couldn't have done it without them. I mean, I would have never known that information. These are people that have inside information on how the VA works, how the VA operates, how the VA approves or disapproves a case. Also, you have people that are extremely dedicated to getting this done because, like I said, you don't pay unless they win. They won. And I'm more than happy to pay a cost associated with that because I would have never been able to do it by myself. Um, if there are people out there, if you've been denied for a claim or you're about to file a claim, I went it my way, and that was I tried to do this all on my own. I said, I'm going to do it on my own, I'm going to do it on my own, and it's taken years. And it went from, me steadily getting increase after having to go to so many appointments and do so many things. If I had just done this in the beginning and just said, VetComp and PIN, here's my file, here's what I've got, go. I probably would have been I would have had a much higher rating a lot sooner, and I would have had to avoid all these frequent visits and trips to the VA. We all know that it's depressing to go there. We all know that it sucks. I remember my first appointment was on a Saturday when I was going on vacation, and my vacation got delayed because I didn't know I'd be at the VA for 7 hours to get a couple appointments done. Um, I'm extremely happy with VetComp and PIN, and I think if you give them a chance, you're going to be as well because their success rate is so high, and they're going to tell you. They're not gonna lie to you that says, "Oh yeah, yes, we can get this done," because if they can't, they don't make any money. They're not going to charge you anything. So they're going to look at your file and say, "You know what? We think we can help you," and I can testify that they did help me, and I'm extremely grateful for their help, their professionalism, just the way they took care of business, and I really couldn't recommend a better company than VetComp and PIN. I'm just so happy about it. I'm so happy that I got back paid from the original date that I filed a claim, which was huge. I mean, it helped me out a lot. And it's going to help me out a lot for the rest of my life because now that that's settled and that's a permanent disability, um, that can't be taken away from me. And I would have never had it if it wasn't for them. So if you're in the market, if you're getting off of military duty, active duty service, whatever it is, and you have what you believe is service-connected disabilities, don't do it alone. Don't waste your time trying to fill all this stuff out yourself. Fight with the VA yourself because they know, hey, this guy's not represented by an attorney. Let's make it as complicated as we can. Let's be as hard on them as they can so they just go away. VetComp and PIN isn't going to go away. They're going to make sure that you get what you need to be successful, and they did it for me. Um, Again, I can't recommend a company more than them, and I strongly, strongly encourage that you reach out to them, let them know what you've got, give them an opportunity to earn your business. Earn it, because they will. That's what they did with me. I was skeptical. I was not sure if I should be paying for something I thought I could do on my own until I looked and researched myself and saw that, hey, veterans with attorneys or advocates, paid advocates that are helping get them through the process have a much higher success rate than someone trying to do it on their own. And I know there's a lot of people, older people, that maybe have had new disabilities come up. They're not computer savvy, they're not tech savvy, they don't have time, and they just, it's overwhelming for them. Let it be overwhelming for Vet Comp and Pen, and let them earn the money that they charge for their success. And I guarantee it's worth every single penny.